It was a dark, stormy night, the rain pelting down like shards of glass. Detective Sarah Mitchell sat alone in her office, the dim light of her desk lamp throwing shadows on the stacks of case files. Her eyes were heavy, her thoughts clouded by the enigmatic serial killer who had eluded capture for months. The city was on edge, its citizens looking over their shoulders. Even with her years of experience, Sarah felt the weight of the case wearing her down. Her desk was a landscape of photos, cryptic letters and profiles of potential suspects. Just as the clock struck midnight, her phone buzzed. The screen displayed an anonymous number. Was it another dead-end tip, or something that could finally crack the case wide open? Taking a deep breath, she picked up the phone. The moment she said hello, she knew that this call was different. The eerie voice on the other end sent a chill down her spine. A newfound urgency filled the air after that mysterious phone call. Investigators and forensic experts buzzed around the crime scenes, deciphering clues that were previously overlooked. Despite the mounting evidence, no suspect could be conclusively identified. This was a criminal mastermind, capable of throwing even seasoned investigators off the trail. The team explored unconventional methods to find the elusive killer. Psychic mediums, data analysts, and even black market informants were consulted to provide any shred of advantage. Yet the killer was always one step ahead, leaving behind a labyrinth of confusion for the police to unravel. The cases started to pile up, unsolved and haunting. It became clear that conventional methods were not enough. A revolutionary approach was needed, one that would break all the rules but might just solve the case. The turning point came when a cryptographer joined the team. Her fresh perspective and unconventional methods started making sense of the chaos. The team gathered around as she pieced together the final clue, a cipher that would lead them straight to the killer. The room was thick with tension as she wrote the last symbol on the whiteboard. Simultaneously, the power went out, plunging them into darkness. Emergency lights flickered on, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Despite the blackout, they knew they had cracked it. This was their only chance, and they had to act fast, even if it meant venturing into the unknown. Armed and vigilant, they descended upon the location deduced from the cipher. What they found was more horrifying than they had ever imagined, but it meant that the end was near. Having uncovered the killer's lair, the team methodically gathered evidence. Each piece was a disturbing glimpse into the mind of a monster. As they catalogued the items, news broke out across media channels. The city breathed a collective sigh of relief, yet the atmosphere remained heavy with the residue of terror. Trials commenced, gripping the nation's attention. Despite the mounting evidence and public sentiment, the defense put up an eerie, almost supernatural argument. The jury deliberated for what felt like an eternity. When the verdict was finally announced, it was met with a mixture of relief and disbelief. The criminal was put behind bars, but the team knew this was merely a chapter closed in a book of ongoing horrors. They pondered what other darkness lay ahead. In the weeks that followed, the team disbanded, each carrying the weight of their experience. The city returned to a semblance of normalcy, but the scars remained. Detective Sarah Mitchell sat alone once more in her office, the case files now archived. A new stack was beginning to form on her desk, new mysteries, new lives at stake. She picked up a photograph from the solved case, staring at it one last time before tucking it away. The battle was won, but the war was far from over. As she turned off the lights, preparing to leave, her phone buzzed again. She stared at it for a moment, wondering whether to answer or let it go to voicemail. Taking a deep breath, she answered the call. The cycle was about to begin anew, but this time she felt more prepared, more resolute. Whatever lay ahead, she was ready.